We are starting a bit behind schedule, so I will be yielding the microphone to the moderators tonight. We have Henry Onyewife of Spin FM and Chine Zerema Bakuru of the BCA will be moderating tonight. But before then, I will give His Excellency the Governor the opportunity for his opening remarks, after which the interactive session will commence.
Thank you, Ferdinand. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, great Abians who are joining us on this media chat this evening. Let me first apologize for walking in late. I had an unscheduled visitor. I couldn't walk away from the Honorable Minister of Works. I was on an inspection and stopped by the house this evening, so he just left. In spite of that, we try and make use of the available time in an efficient manner. So let me thank you for joining the media chat this evening, gentlemen of the press. Today, as usual, we'll be discussing what had happened between the last time we met here and this evening. Let me start with security, because that is so topical. In the last few days, we have had reports of security breaches in Umunnochi and some parts of Isukwato, to the extent that one of our commissioners was attacked on the stretch between Umunnochi and Umuahia at the Imo State part of the stretch, but somehow he luckily escaped. So what we've done is to double up efforts to ensure that we secure Umunnochi. And those who come from there will agree that in the last few days that things have changed drastically. It is our strong opinion that everything we do will succeed or fail on the altar of security or lack thereof. So we take security very, very seriously. And you may or may not have heard that within the month, a daredevil camp that existed in Ungunabo was attacked by government security agencies. And we recovered so much, and though unfortunately we lost a soldier, but the casualty on the part of the criminals was a whole lot, including the people we arrested. And we brought down the camp. So we went to restate that Abia State, as a government, has zero tolerance for banditry, armed robbery, kidnapping, and all such crimes. We'll continue to get ourselves prepared to deal with them. I would like to leave it there, but I would like to also say that some of the people who have been unlucky to be caught, and there are a lot of them who will tell you their stories, as if you are lucky to see them. So having said that, we'll go into a few other areas. Healthcare. The project, 200 primary health care centers that we are renovating, a lot of them are now ready for use. We've commissioned a few. Because there are a lot of them, we decided that we'll commission one per local government. Tomorrow we'll be commissioning one in Bende in Zuakole. We had commissioned the one at Owerenta for Isialangwa South, one in Umuahia North at Ekoba, and a few more. The ones at Okwa East and West are ready, and I think we'll be commissioning them shortly. They are not just primary health care centers the way we used to know them. All our health centers are properly equipped to attend to people who go there. And it's only if the issues are complicated that they may have to be referred to the secondary and probably tertiary health centers. Deliveries happen in those primary health care centers. And so the kind of equipment you expect to see in developed countries are already here. other areas, some of the markets are also receiving attention. Drainage is so important. Most of the roads we are building, we introduce drainage so that the stories of the past, where one rain gets houses submerged, will remain stories of the past. The work going on at Ovom Street in Aba is also nearing completion, and the whole idea is to rescue that place which had almost been swallowed by gully erosion. And we are confident that work would be completed any moment from now. The Enimba Hotel redevelopment by Radisson Blu is nearing, the paperwork is nearing completion. You agree with me that such a humongous project, you need to spend a lot of time getting the paperwork done, putting all the consultants together. So we believe that any moment from now, that construction will start. Funding has been secured, and partnerships have also been put together. So there's no reason why that place will not be delivered any moment from now. There may be other areas that I may have missed, and that is the reason why I should throw the floor open now, so that if you do have questions to ask, the moderators would tell us how that will happen. So once again, thank you for listening. Moderators, over to you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Dear listeners, dear Abians and dear distinguished colleagues, we have all listened to His Excellency speak to us. It's time now to take our questions. I'd like to inform us that virtually all the radio stations in the state are hooked up live, so anyone and everyone can listen from any of the radio stations. We shall begin with the print media, and as is customary, we shall take 3 questions from each segment of the media. So let's begin with the print. Can we see your hand up? If you're from the print media and you wish to ask your question, can you raise your hand? Okay, let's take you, Vanguard, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Happy second anniversary in arrears. My name is Steve Oku of Vanguard Newspapers. Your Excellency, is a fact, and Abians know that when you experimented the use of bourgeois to run the affairs of council areas, there was massive transformation in the council areas. But it does appear that that speed has slowed down immediately after the current mayors who were elected assumed office. Are you not worried, Your Excellency, that the rate at which you are developing the state, you don't seem to have similar development at the council areas? How comfortable are you with the current mayors in the state? Unfortunately, we are not allowed to ask you questions, otherwise I would have asked the B part of it, but maybe I will ask that privately.
Thank you. Please hand it over to the lady beside you. She raised her hand.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Congratulations once again for your second anniversary. Please, sir, I just want to bring to your notice that Henrietta Ashikodi of Statesman Newspapers. Okay, sir, I want to bring to your notice that most often civil servants and the pensioners, they continue to bring this particular question I want to ask you. to four. One, when they are paid, either their pensions or their salaries, and by mistake, there's an omission, they seem not to get that money back or that salary back anymore. It's been reoccurring. Even the pension, that when there's a, that is when they are not paid with the rest. When they're being paid their salary or pension, and then there's omission maybe from the accountant general or that office, there's always this failure to pay them back that salary or that pension. I want to use my landlady as an example. The arrears of pension you paid, that was last year, she's yet to get it. And she's gone to different offices to know why that has not gotten to her. And it's still, as I speak to you now, they've not paid her that money. So it's been recurring, and these people are complaining. So I just want to let you know so that maybe you can find out why this has been occurring. Thank you, sir.
Do we have one more person from the print? Okay.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Peter Okore, and I work for Hallmark Newspapers. Sir, my question is on road. I like the type of work going on the Hafia Aruchuku and Aruchuku Abam roads. I've made it twice, and it's a quality job. Sir, there is an appeal from that corridor. There is a road that had served as a food basket zone for the eastern states before, during, and since after the Nigeria Civil War. That road is St. Paul's Church Junction to Cross River. That road is about 20 kilometers, and it has been a food basket. But for some years now, about 6 years, some resistive youths closed that road to vehicular movements and human movements. The past government in the state made an attempt to open that corridor because it has halted business around the whole area, and in short, the whole of Old Bender. We depended along that corridor for our business and agriculture. These youths closed that road on their own. Till today, it is still closed. The St. Paul Junction, Ikoropura Road. Before it used to be a federal road, but today, as I speak now, it has become a ghost of itself. Sir, the appeal from that zone is that.
Please, thank you very much. I think you've made
summarize. You can just summarize, please.
No, you've made your points. Thank you so much, sir. Your Excellency, you may wish to respond to these questions.
All right. Peter's question, Peter's zone is not a question, so I've noted it, and the road is there. It's just that some restive youths have blocked it, right? Is that the issue, Peter, or there's no road?
That's the issue, sir.
There's a road.
The road has been blocked by youths,
okay.
And we want it open.
All right, thank you. I would tell the Deputy Governor he's in charge of boundary matters. And so your appeal will go to him, and we'll see what we can do. Henrietta Chikode talked about omissions in pensions and salary payments, and I'm surprised because that's why I asked. I said, how can there be an omission? We have automated the payments. So if there is a problem, maybe the account number is wrong, And if the account number is wrong, then the money will come back. Okay, but if they had been receiving, and for some reason they stopped receiving, then it's a more fundamental problem. But I will take note of it, and I'm sure my colleagues in the finance function are also taking note. And you gave one example, who is your landlady? Okay, so please, somebody should get the name of the landlady and probably her telephone number before she ejects Henrietta from her home. We don't have accommodation. We don't want her to be a destitute. Okay. Steve, it is actually not correct to say that the local government mayors are not doing anything. You know, the way it is what has been done doesn't need to be redone. So the earlier mayors came in, and the structure of the local government was in total collapse, including the local government headquarters. So they started rebuilding them, and of course, with my guidance. So the new mayors don't need to go and rebuild the local government headquarters anymore. So they will face other things. So I want to say they are working, and working very well. But again, you must also take note that everything done by the state government ends up in the local government. There's nothing that is done anywhere that does not end up in a local government. So that you can actually draw a line. The line is so thin. So some of the things I've reported are actually in the local governments being done. So it's a collaborative effort. As the state government takes credit, the local governments also take credit. And they get involved with supervision, in fact, sometimes with funding, because the roads are done by them, for them in the local government. So I want to say that the local governments are working and working very well. But we are also not going to rest on our oars. So we need to put them under pressure to even work harder, so that people like Steve will not think they are sleeping. I guess that's about it. So we can go to the next set. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Distinguished colleagues, I would like to sincerely appeal to you all. Go straight to the point with your questions, so we don't beat around the bush or start wasting much time. His Excellency has so much things on his tables already, so please let's go straight to the point. And we're moving straight to the online. Please, 3 questions. Just 3 persons from the online, 1 question each. Okay? Give it to the lady here. Okay, someone has the mic there, okay?
Your Excellency, good evening. Good evening, dear colleagues. My name is Promise Susan Mukuru. Your Excellency, I want to join my colleagues in the print to commend you and congratulate you on your 2nd anniversary. Your Excellency, my question is very simple. You have done tremendous work on Port Harcourt Road in Aba. And if I'm not mistaken, your administration had fixed or had scheduled that road for commissioning. Some of us took that particular road and were cited on the level of work you did by the connectivity of the road. Somebody coming from Umaya can just drive from Osisioma Aba Road and link up to Ngwa Road. I want to ask Your Excellency, when are you commissioning that road? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please, the lady here.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Nneka Tote. I write for News Leverage. Mine is not a question, it's an appeal. A few days ago, or for some time now, you've been commissioning Project Ekweme, some primary health center under it, and some infrastructures, road infrastructure. But when I visited a health center in Okpo EHL, I found out that nothing was going on. In fact, the place is in shambles. And then the road leading to that place, Ami Okpo EHL Road, is an eyesore, Your Excellency. In fact, as I'm talking to you, and maybe this rainy season, you cannot pass there. Anytime you want to pass there, it's either an accident or you have to wait for maybe for the rain to subside or something. You can't go there. So the people of Okpo EHL, they're appealing that you remember them. Thank you so much.
Are you from there?
Give her the microphone now. Let's know if she's wearing her local cap.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Kingsley Amozie. I write for Candy Reporters. Your Excellency, my question is centered on human capital development. A lot has been done in infrastructural development, especially Aba. Recently, I visited the Bakassi market. Job well done and also neat environment. Your Excellency, can't this same speed be channeled to human capital development? Is there any plan for the next 2 years of this present administration, for our youths especially?
Thank you very much.
No, before you drop the microphone, it's very easy to confuse people with big grammar. What do you mean by human capital development?
Okay, investing in unemployed youths through industries or empowerment for them to get off the streets or not to involve in criminality.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Let me start. That's the third one, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Your Excellency.
So let me start with Kingsley. You know, I always say that the way the economy works is actually different from the way a lot of people think. The economy is circular. So you do one thing right, and then it affects every other thing in the chain. You get it wrong, every other thing collapses. So when you talk about human capital development, it doesn't stand on its feet. It stands on something else. So if you went to Bakassi and the place is beautiful, nice, well lit, what you have done is that you have created a conducive environment for human capital development. So because all those businesses that are moving there will employ people. All those businesses will also buy something from other people. And insofar as money is changing hands, people are making profit and keeping a part of that money. So it is not the business of government to build industries. It is the business of the private sector. The private sector will not build industries if there are no roads. They will not build, private sector will also not build industries if the place is not clean, if the drainage does not work, if the place is insecure, number one, if their children cannot see good schools to go to, if they can't find good hospitals to go to when they are sick. So those are the parts. If there is no power and there's no alternative power, the cost of production will be too high. So, and private sector is not emotional. And that's why when you go to a place like Lagos, you will see so many industries owned by people who are not from Lagos. Because Lagos had created that enabling environment. And anytime you produce anything, you want to sell it. If the market is not there, then it will cost you money to transport what you have produced to where the market is. So you probably want to locate your business where the market is, where we call nearness to the source of market, source of raw materials, and all the things that go with it. So that's how the economy works. So if you start with the end, oh, I want to create industry to employ people, that industry will collapse. And the people you thought you had employed will soon fall back to unemployment. And the person that invested money will lose the money that he invested. So, but as government, we lead the way. When I talked about trying to buy back Star Paper Mill, it is not because the government wants to run it. Government will buy it and sell it back. When we are discussing the ceramics industry, which we are talking about now, the whole idea is to resolve all the problems, get the place running, get the private sector back in. The hotels that we are talking about, government doesn't want to hold more than 10%. It is an established fact that the private sector is more efficient in running businesses than government. Okay, so that's, and then the most important part of human capital development, and that's why I asked you to define what human capital development means to you, is actually equipping young people with skills that are relevant. You may go and study something, pinhole camera in 2025. Nobody will touch you. Okay? So, but you come out with a degree in software engineering. Before you even graduate, jobs are waiting for you. So why don't I equip you to study software engineering so that you can get jobs? And so when we introduce free education, we are trying to empower people. Those people who ordinarily will not be in school because they couldn't pay school fees are now in school. And some of them will graduate and do so well. For me, that is the most important part of human capital development. Channeling them. When I'm hiring 5,394 teachers, one fell swoop. And these are not just teachers, they are teachers that are skilled in the areas I want to promote: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's where the world is going. Robotics, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, technology, whether you like it or not. That's where the world is. That's why China is ahead of a lot of other countries. And if you want to do well, then you need to go there. If you don't go there, very soon you'll be out of job. Okay, I don't know if I've answered your question. Thank you very much. Nega, you wore your local cap, and you talked about IHE, or primary health care center. Okay, so there are 948 primary health care centers in Abia. So what we did, we looked at them. 95% of them are in the kind of state that this IHE or primary health center is. So it's actually no news, but we found that there's no way we'll take all of them at a go. So I don't know which, so we took one primary health care center per ward. So we had 184. And I looked at it, I said, why do we want to do 184? We can add 16 more to make it 200. So we picked almost one per local government, okay, and added to the 184 so that we can have a round number of 200. So if IHE did not make it in the first round, by the time we are done with this 200, we'll take the next 200. And if you pray very hard, it may fall into the next 200. There are over 900. So, and if we have just done 200, we still have over 700 left. Okay? And then the issue of the road Luckily, the Commissioner for Works is here. So I'd like him to go have a look, and let's see if we can include it in the next round of rules, subject to availability of resources. So I'm so sorry that it is in the state that it is, but unfortunately, we've been here for a very long time. So let us not behave like the tortoise that fell into a pit, and on the day that it was going to be released, he now started saying they should hurry and remove him here because the place is smelling. So let's just be patient. Promise, thank you so much for your commendation on the second anniversary. Thank you for the positive comments about Port Harcourt Road. We have completed it. We were to commission it last month, but somehow we had to defer it. And I can assure you that before the end of next month, it will be commissioned. But having said that, I think the road is open for public use. So people can use the road. Commissioning is just a formality, which definitely will have to be done. But we have to do it when we are ready and all our invitees are ready to come. That's where that one is. I guess that's the... so I'll turn it back to you, moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Let me remind our viewers and listeners who wish to send in your SMS that the number is 0907-462-1067. Again, 0907-462-1067. Let's take from the radio. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with the lady by my right. In blue, yes. It's quite a good number.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Patricia Mborogu, and I work with Flow FM. Your Excellency, I bring you greetings from residents of Lodu Ndume and its environs for the flag up of that very road, talking about, Ihe, the one that connects to Dozier Way. But I have an information for you, Your Excellency. Some time ago, you actually directed that a particular section of that road be looked into. Some part of that place is still not taken care of. I'm talking about Road A within that Lodu Road. The residents are still crying because of flood. Now, my question, or rather an appeal I have to make, Rural Matters, a program that airs on Flow FM, a community program that highlights the needs of rural dwellers, actually visited Ariamo Osaka in Ikuano local government area of this state. And there is Ugwebu. And in that Ugwebu, there is a twin gully erosion that is threatening that very community. Why it is so important, Your Excellency, that you look urgently into that road is because this road is bordered with Ini community in Akwa Ibom State. And there is this communal clash that Abia State and that very state, the Akwa Ibom, is having constantly. And the only escape route they have is in that road. And as I speak with you, the last time we went there, it was just bike that could pass through that. But as we speak, that road has totally been cut off. I mean, they've been cut off from the rest of the state. Similarly, Umuchime, Namaso Autonomous Community
One
in
question
is having the same challenge, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Please remember that we have just the opportunity to take one question. Thank you. I want to...
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Kingsley Chibike, and I report for Enyimba 94.3 FM, Aba. Your Excellency, may I join my brother, Promise, to congratulate on your 2 years anniversary. It's been quite, impactful. But sir, my question is, while you were talking to us, you made us to understand that about 5,000 teachers have been employed so far, which is a very good one. In fact, I was at the NUT Secretariat today to see things for myself, and I saw lots of persons. And you've also made us to know that another 4,000 will also be injected, making it over 9,000. That is a huge number coming into the Abia State civil service. But now, civil servants in Abia State are wondering, most of them sat for the 2022-2023 confirmation conversion exam. The results have been released, and they're all expecting to be promoted. At a point, they started issuing them with their Gen 35. But roughly about 2 weeks ago, a circular emerged from the Office of the Head of Service, which many, allegedly, tend to believe was your directive that it should be stopped, that nobody should be issued Gen 35s. And without your Gen 35, which is an evidence of being promoted, you cannot step into your next level. So workers in Abia State are wondering, sir, you are employing over 5,000 into the civil service, and the over 6,000 or less who are in the service who ought to be promoted are stagnant. So sir, what's your administration doing to curb this issue so that workers who are meant to be promoted can be promoted?
Thank you. Let's take the young man, the fair young man. Yes. The fair young man here. Okay.
Check this side, please.
Democracy. Go ahead.
Let that table not monopolize the whole thing now. Good evening, Your Excellency.
But you're not fair now.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Your Excellency, I remember you ordered that those who were relieved of their duties at Abia State Polytechnic before you became the governor should be paid. And I've heard you several times talk about this. But those who were relieved of their positions there in 2021 are still complaining that they've not received this money as ordered by you. What are the plans, sir? Are there hitches as to why they have not received the money you've ordered that they should be paid? Thank you very much. I represent Sun FM 91.3 Berry, and standing by is my name. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stanley, and it's over now to His Excellency.
All right, thank you. Stanley, let me start from you. Yes, all the people that were disengaged prior to the time we took over for different reasons their cases should be looked at, verified, and then paid their outstanding salaries. I'm aware that that verification is still going on. And it's only when the verification is completed that we know how many people that are involved, how much it will cost, and then we will pay them. It is out of our magnanimity. We could have just kept quiet. But we felt that fair is fair. So if you say you don't want somebody, you shouldn't also owe him. When you say you don't want him, you should pay him whatever he is entitled to, and then you can part ways. But that wasn't done, and we thought we should correct it. Once the exercise is completed, payments will be made. Kingsley Chibuike, thank you for commending us on our 2-year anniversary. You know, it's very interesting when people are talking about things like promotion and things that were not happening before now. even salaries that were not being paid. But that's the way of life. I was the one that said we should go back and look at the issue of promotions. And the first report that came to me was not satisfactory. And I looked at it and pointed out that it was not properly done. And the head of service agreed with me and went back. So when you say some people have been issued with Gen 35, that would have been wrong. You can't be issued with Gen 35 when your promotion has not been approved. That you sat for a promotion exam doesn't mean you will pass. Even if you passed, it also doesn't mean that you'll be promoted. Okay, so I don't know who is giving you information, but all that I know is that the exercise has not been completed. And it is in 3 stages, I believe. There is the state, there is the local government, and then I think there's another category. So I've seen the initial rough work they did, and I directed that they should do it properly and come back to me. I have not received it. And until I receive it and I approve it, it cannot be implemented. So anybody who is parading a Gen 35 probably is parading a fake document. You know, in these days of artificial intelligence, anything can happen. Patricia, Flow FM, you need to decide which of your questions that you want me to respond to. They were actually not questions. You talked about the Low Dune to May Road A. Luckily, the Honorable Commissioner for Works is here, and I would like him to go and take a look and let's know what is happening there. The Aramon Saka issue you raised, the Honorable Commissioner was there, was it not last week? I sent him there when I saw the photographs, and he had gone there to see how we can fix that place. And people from Aramon Saka had also confirmed that we had been there. I think there was another one you were trying to mention, Umuchima, but I don't know where that one is. You wanted to use up the microphone and asked 4 questions, but I think we've managed to answer 3. So go back to those who have been bothering you to tell them that the Ariamon Sakawa erosion issue is already being attended to by the government. I guess that's about it. Back to you, moderators.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Distinguished colleagues, I'd like to thank you for your cooperation so far, for making it punchy, straight to the point. Thank you very much. The SMS line is still open. You can send in your text message to the number 0907 462 1067. I take it again, 0907 462 1067. We're headed straight to the TV. Please, straight to the point. TV.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Samson Eze from Flow FM TV.
Go ahead.
It's a brand new platform, gentlemen. Watch out for us. Your Excellency, my question borders on the local government, just an offshoot of what my brother Steve asked. One of the executive bills that you signed in May is the Local Government Administration Law 2025. So the law, among other things, provided for a consolidated account and joint security trust. I think that's for prudence, fiscal prudence, and central oversight of the financial system in the local government. Your Excellency, does this law not contradict the Supreme Court ruling on financial autonomy for the local government? And can you confirm to us whether local governments in Abia are now receiving their funds directly from the local government? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
From the federal government.
Thank you very much. Please give it to this man here, Afia TV.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Emmanuel Wanzwe. I report for Afia TV. Your Excellency, when you assumed office, there was this effort to pay salary arrears owed workers, and you paid. Some of the people, some of the beneficiaries were some staff members of the Hospital Management Board. And these people also obtained a mortgage facility, made possible by the government. Now, this particular mortgage facility was with Platinum Mortgage Bank, and they secured homes at Trademore Estate. Now, they are about 8 or 5 of them are about to be evicted by the bank who gave them this loan. But available document suggests that the loan were deducted, on installment basis through the office of the Accountant General of the state. But the problem here now is that while the Accountant General of the state, as they claim, has said that they have not made any deductions, Platinum, these people are claiming that deductions have been made, and the printout from the payroll of the government, in fact, they made that particular printout, suggested also that deductions have been made. So the problem here now is remittance from the office of the Accountant General to Platinum Mortgage Bank, while the bank says we have not received. The Accountant General office says we have not deducted. But the document shows that deductions have been made.
Okay, can you make it brief?
So that's what we want you to intervene and see who is on the wrong side.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, the lady at the back.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Merumito Collins from Alpha Spin TV. My question is, okay, it's not a question, but an appeal. On Monday this week, I was going to work along Azikiwe Road, and there was a case of police brutality. The victim was actually in his right. I think the policeman, I was there, I don't think I saw it. He used his baton to hit the man. His name is Udezi Sunday. And then when I went to the scene area, I asked questions, and the man he did not actually do anything. My appeal is, there has been constant case of harassment, police harassment, extortion, and brutality. I appeal that you use your good office, Your Excellency, to look into it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
All right, I didn't quite get the name of the last speaker. Sorry?
Merumito Collins. Merumito.
All right. Don't worry, I won't ask where you got the name from. All right, so I've taken note of the complaint. As we don't tolerate brutality, extortion, harassment of any kind. And I will take this complaint up with the Commissioner of Police, who, by the way, has also worked very hard to tame his people. But you know that out of every 12, you will still get a Judas. Samson Eze, Flu FM TV. Yeah, and when you mentioned it, people started laughing. So I don't know why they are laughing, but maybe you understand. Local government, you talked about the law. The Supreme Court judgment had an intention. Okay, and the intention of any judgment or any law cannot be to ensure breakdown of service. So what we did with the law that we passed was to ensure that the intended objective of that law is achieved, because the Supreme Court actually made a law by that judgment. Okay, so strictly speaking, if you say that local governments, which is their job, would pay teachers, pay primary health care workers, and deal with the issue of security without assistance from the state, some local governments will be unviable. And it will be irresponsible of the government at the center, and by the center, the subnationals, to sit idly by, fold your hands, and say, let them worry. Because it is a combination of the local governments that make the state, just like a combination of the states make the national. So, so the law we passed is in no way in conflict with the Supreme Court judgment. What we try to do is to ensure that it is implementable without creating hitches. And asking me whether the federal government is sending funds directly to the local government. You are asking the wrong person. I'm neither the local government or the federal government. So you can take your question to the federal government and find out if they have started paying directly to the local government. I'm a governor and in the subnational. All right. So I hope I've answered your question. You know, you struggle to ask that your question. And why you struggle to ask the question is that if you are a bank, particularly a mortgage bank, when you lend, you don't need to go to the state to say a deduction should be a source. That is not the job of the Accountant General of the state or the Federation. So, and there is something about lending. There's something called KYC, know your customers. So, if you are lending, the asset that you are lending against should be your security. So, if you come to the Accountant General and say, you should be doing deductions and sending to me, maybe if the Accountant General likes your face, you can say, okay, let me do this. Now, if you get a new Accountant General that doesn't know Joseph, he will tell you that it's not my business. It's just like a bank going to fund a contractor working for, say, Shell. And you ask Shell, when you are paying the contractor, pay me my own directly. Sure, I can be nice to you and say, okay, I will accept a letter of non-indebtedness. Or we will try and ensure that they don't change. Anytime they want to change their point of payment, we will let you know. But those are background arrangements. They cannot be, they are not justiciable. You can't go to court to say, oh, they moved the payment point. So, first of all, I'm just hearing this for the first time. But if I were here when it happened, I would have advised otherwise. You say, anybody you are going to lend money to, create security, and so that the property you are lending against cannot be alienated. And if it was done, you won't bring this question here. It's not my job to deduct money from the accounts of civil servants to pay a mortgage bank. That's not my job. Okay? So if somebody did it for you, maybe he did it for you because he was your friend. Somebody that is too busy will not do that. I don't know if you understand from where I'm coming. But I'm hearing this for the first time, and it just doesn't make sense to me that it's even being brought up here. It's not the kind of thing that I want to be responding to. If somebody has an issue with the mortgage job, I think that's what it's called. The person that created the mortgage should be able to claw back. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Because I had answered the one on police brutality. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We'd like to appreciate Flow 94.9 FM, Family Love 99.9, Enyimba, Magic, Vision Africa, Real FM, Sun FM, Ibere and Abba, Zik FM, Spain, Rapid FM, Paysetter, Buzz FM, Masters, Skills FM, and all the online platforms in the state for airing this Media Pally live. Let's now move on to take the questions sent in by people. The first is from Joshua Okezi Mbakwe from Umoriehi Shingu, close to Expert Star, Umuahia North. He wrote in, I am a visually handicapped person. I retired as a blind teacher on 25th of September 2022. Up till now, I have not received a coin from the government as a pensioner. I have done all I was asked to do. I am with all the documents. I do not even have any money to go to the hospital, not to talk of paying for the school fees of my children. Please, sir, I need you to help me. Let me take the second one from Uzoma Favor from Uturu. Your Excellency, there is massive extortion in ABSU, where lecturers in nursing department, political science, optometry, and others would deliberately give low marks to students and openly ask them to pay for higher grades. Students are charged strange levies. Please, sir, prevail on the university management to do something about it. After this, Your Excellency, we'll take more. Okay. Your Excellency, my name is Madoka Nwaru. I want to draw your attention to the very deplorable condition of the Abia State Library. The library is not only deplorable, but also lacks materials, and the few books there are now outdated.
All right, thank you. Let me start with Madoka Nwaru, Abia Library, and I agree. I know we have a plan for the library. We are setting up the library board shortly, and then we will go full blast in ensuring that at least every local government will have a library. We are aware that the libraries that exist today are not up to speed, so nothing to add to that. We're going to deal with that. Zoma Favor, thank you for bringing the issue of extortion in ABSU to my notice, and I will do something about it. I hope it's correct information. I will get in touch with the management of the university to ensure that this stops. Joshua Mbakwe, my heart goes out to him. He said he's a blind retired teacher and has not received his pension. So I believe that the commissioner in charge and of course the head of service will take note of this and investigate and ensure that the gentleman is paid. Did he include his telephone number?
It's here, sir, because he sent it directly.
Okay, it's
yes,
there.
sir.
So please, can you share the telephone number with us after now?
All right, sir.
Together with the full names. All right, thank you. Next set.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We have this one coming from AGK Obo. He said, Your Excellency, Isukwato people are happy with you. We want to draw your attention to an erosion between Akara and Ovim. That road, I beg your pardon? He said that road was divided before palliative was done. The road is about to be divided again. Please come and rescue us. Well, we have this one that said, Your Excellency, you recently stated that you are working with the template. Okay, this one is coming from AGK Owo, the first one. The second one is coming from Ifani Okali. He said, Your Excellency, you recently stated that you are working with the template of former Governor Ojus Okalo for the development of Aba. Does this imply that the templates of the two other former governors were not suitable or effective enough for you to adopt? That was a question. And we have this one coming from Victor Bassi. And he said, Your Excellency, thank you for changing the narrative of governance in Abia. Mine isn't a question, but a plea for a retired visually impaired teacher, one Mr. Joshua Okezie Mbakwe. He retired in 2022 until now hasn't received a dime from the government as pension.
I think it's the same person.
The same text message?
The same person.
Okay, the same person?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Excellency.
All right, so Victor Bassi is still talking about the Joshua Okezie Mbakwe, and we have already done something about it, and we'll get his number and investigate and ensure he gets his pension. AGK Obo, erosion between Akara Junction and Ovim. Okay, so we'll take a note of that, Honorable Commissioner for Works, please. It would be nice to go and see, so that we see what we can do to ensure that it doesn't get worse than this. If I'm your colleague, your question about the template. Sometimes when news is reported, it's taken out of context. So if you understand the context of that statement, what I said was that when OUK started as governor in 1999, he faced Aba and tried to build a lot of roads in that place. And the idea is that if you get Aba right, then the rest of the state can easily be fixed, because that Aba is a place that can generate enough internally generated revenue to help and support fix other parts of the state. And that is exactly what we are doing. It is when you ask a question about the templates of the other two governors, I'm sure that you are going somewhere, and I will let you land. So it's for me to decide what template I want to choose. So when you become governor, you can pick all of them and put them together. Okay, anyway, but that's the context under which the statement was made. And it is the correct statement. The whole idea is that you start from where you can generate revenue and begin to go to the hinterlands. And I'm sure you see that that's exactly what we're doing. When we came, we started with Aba, faced it, and then today we are in virtually every local government in the state. All right, thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is where we'll be drawing the curtain on this edition of Governor Alex Otti Speaks to Abians. Before we end, once again, yield the microphone to His Excellency for his closing remarks.
All right, I think the moderators should be given 1 minute so that they can make their final remarks, because once I finish mine, the session is over. So I'm also protecting my moderators.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We really appreciate that. I'd like to appreciate everyone who came in here this evening to be part of this media party. Thank you so much to everyone who listened in from home. Thank you for being here. I'd like to appreciate all the media stations who tuned in and are airing this live. Let me begin by properly saying thank you to BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Family Love 99.9 FM, Magic 102.9 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, Real FM 99.1, Paysetter 103.5, Sun FM 91.3, Iberi, Sun FM 91.9, Aba, Zik 96.3 FM, Spain 95.3 FM, and Rapid 96.5 FM. We'd like to appreciate AFNEWS, ABN TV, Iberi TV, and all the other online platforms who are airing this live. I'd like to also thank everyone who is seated here this evening. Thank you one more time. I'm Chinezeren Abakuru, and I've been here with
Henry Onyewife. I want to sincerely appeal to the persons that we are not able to take their text messages. Hopefully, during the next edition, your messages will be attended to. Thank you very much. My name is Henry Onyewife, representing Spin 95.3 FM.
All right, thank you so much. Let me also stand on the messages of commendation from the two moderators, and thank everyone that joined us here and at home, physically and virtually. Thank you for the robust discussion, the questions, no holds barred. Like we have always said, we may not have all the answers to your questions, but one thing you can take to the bank is that we will try, and the ones we don't know, we'll go and check. And when you make recommendations, we don't take them lightly. We are a listening government. We go back to the recommendations. So feel free to ask questions. Feel free to make recommendations. This is your government, and the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. One thing we will assure you is that we are working for the interest of the people, not for a section, not for part of the people who may have formed a clique to decide how government should run. No, this is the government that you installed, and the first interest is your interest, the overall interest of Abia people. I want to also use this opportunity to thank the Isialangwa North and South people, or Hangwa group that hosted me within the month. Toward the end of last month, I think that was the last day of May. Also thank Kaba people for the Promise Kept Carnival, that where they celebrated the modest efforts that we have been making in the past 2 years and of course a few other places, including Bende, that we are headed to tomorrow, where we'll be receiving a new member of our party who represents one of the constituencies in Bende. We'll be receiving him tomorrow. And I believe that by next week or 2 weeks from now, we'll be in Okwa to commission 2 primary health care centers that are ready. And of course, tomorrow we will also be commissioning the Uzuakole Primary Health Care Center. So it is all a beehive of activities, and it is for you, it is for our people. Democracy is a government that ensures that majority carries the day, but the minority must also be heard. But then where things begin to cave in is when the very tiny minority begins to manufacture facts. You are entitled to have your opinion, but you cannot produce your own set of facts. You cannot say Port Harcourt Road has not been done because it's not fact. So if opposition is coming up with facts that are true, we will listen to them. But I believe that those that have manufactured their facts have also received responses from the people. So we don't even respond. It is people who live here that respond to them. Somebody was getting angry that we are building federal roads, and then somebody else responded that the roads are used by the people of Abians. Why are you getting angry that a road is built in your state? Are you actually sure you are from that state, or are you pretending? So that is what we see. But for us, we will say nothing. We'll keep doing what we're doing. We cannot be distracted. So having said that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you once again for being part of this media chat this evening. And as you leave, I pray that God will take you back to your destination safely. God bless you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is where, once again, we draw the curtain. Governor Alex Otti speaks to Abians. The national anthem, please.